Late last year, Xiaomi unveiled its much-anticipated Mi 11, the world's first smartphone to be powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 888 chipset. And now, as per reports, the Chinese giants have managed to sell over 350,000 Mi 11 units in just 5 minutes. The total value of these exceeded Chinese yen 1.5 billion. As per a new teaser on Twitter, Poco is planning to launch the Poco F2 in 2021. What adds to the speculation is a screenshot posted by tipster Abhishek Yadav on Twitter, showcasing the leaked specifications of Poco F2. The video also shows the achievements of Poco of selling more than 10 lakh handsets last year and the company's 4th rank in the list of online smartphone brands in India. AIs are here to stay, and looks like the Indian government too is convinced about this. On Friday, the Indian government invited bids to develop a chatbot or voice assistance application like Amazon's Alexa or Google Assistant to deliver e-governance services to the public. The artificial intelligence-based conversational platform is expected to interact with the public in multiple languages, analyze sentiments and intent, collect and analyze data to give personalized experience to users. Sony said on Friday that it will launch the PlayStation 5 in India on February 2nd. The Japanese firm said it will begin taking pre-order requests for the new gaming console in India. The PlayStation 5 is priced at 49,990 rupees, while the digital edition of the console will sell at 39,990 rupees. According to NPCI, for the first time ever, the Unified Payments Interface or UPI has crossed 4 trillion rupees worth transactions in a month. The digital payment system has recorded 2.23 billion transactions amounting to 4,16,176.21 crore or 4.16 trillion in December 2020. A PIL has been moved in the Delhi High Court alleging that Google's online payment system, Google Pay, was unauthorizedly accessing, using and storing Aadhaar and banking information of citizens in violation of various statutory provisions. The petitioner has claimed in his plea that GPay was accessing Aadhaar data in alleged violation of the Aadhaar Act of 2016, Payments and Settlement Systems Act 2007 and Banking Regulations Act 1949. According to corporations like Aisle and Truly Madly, there has been a significant surge in the number of paying users for dating applications. And interestingly, most of these users aren't from metros but from smaller cities. Users are keen to shell wherever between 699 rupees per week and as much as 3,000 rupees an hour for a dating coach. Chinese firms Tencent and Huawei were at loggerheads on Friday, resulting in the online games of Tencent being taken off Huawei's App Store before being reinstated. Huawei was insisting on a 50% cut of Tencent's game sales on the App Store, and the Tencent games were removed because the companies had been unable to agree a deal, a Tencent source said. Microsoft said the suspected Russian hackers behind the stunning breach of numerous US government agencies also accessed the company's internal source code, although no customer data or services were compromised. Source code shows how computer programs work and is used to build products. Gaining access to such code could have given the hackers valuable insight into how they might exploit programs or evade detection.